Okay. Good morning, children. Can you hear me, all of you? Thumbs up. Okay. Now pay attention. Those who have come today only and have not done the previous work, you are supposed to leave at least 15 pages. After leaving 15 pages, then you start or you decide on your own what has to be done. Okay, now I'm repeating the last point. After that, we are going to start. Okay, till where we had done. The colonial government began arresting the Congress leaders when Abdul Ghaffar Khan was arrested in April 1930. Angry crowds demonstrated in the streets of Peshawar. Right? Yes? Thumbs up? Correct. Okay, now you start writing. Later, next line, same point. Later, Mahatma Gandhi himself was arrested. Later, Mahatma Gandhi himself was arrested, comma, workers in Sholapur. Workers in Sholapur attacked police post, attacked police post, comma, municipal buildings, comma, railway stations, all, put a dash, all that symbolized British rule. All that symbolized British rule. Full stop. Those who have come just now, for you all, I'm repeating the point. We ended when Abdul Ghaffar Khan was arrested in April 1930. Angry crowds demonstrated in the streets of Peshawar. Okay, after that, you write on the next line, later, Mahatma Gandhi himself was arrested, comma, workers in Sholapur attacked Vedansh and many other who have come just now. This is for you all. Himself was arrested. Mahatma Gandhi himself was arrested. Workers in Sholapur attacked police post, comma, municipal buildings, comma, railway stations, put a dash, all that symbolized British rule. All that symbolized British rule. Manan, your video is off. You know it very well. I will put you within few minutes into the waiting room. Anshul Jain, Chirayu Jain, Mehul Chaudhary, Bhavya Hariramani, I think you're not used to put on your video. Okay, next point. A frightened government. A frightened government responded with brutal repression. Responded with brutal repression. Full stop. Peaceful satyagrahis were attacked. Peaceful satyagrahis were attacked, comma, women and children were beaten. Shreyas Tripathi, Bhavya Hariramani, this is the second time I am reminding you. Anjani Jhawar, Akarsh. Bhavya Hariramani, very soon I'll be putting you in the waiting room. Who's this Akarsh? Vedansh. Okay. A frightened government responded with brutal repression, full stop. Peaceful satyagrahis were attacked, comma. Women and children were beaten, comma again, and about 1 lakh people were arrested. 1 lakh people were arrested, full stop. Next point, in such in such violence, in such violence, comma, Mahatma Gandhi decided to call off the movement. Karthik, you have come just now. Leave 5 lines and then you start writing. In such violence, Mahatma Gandhi decided to call off the movement and entered into a pact PACT with Irwin on 5th March 1931. 5th March 1931. Full stop. On the next line, no point, right over there, Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Full stop. No, not full stop, put a dash. Gandhiji consented. CONSENTED. Consented to participate in the second roundtable conference. In the second roundtable conference. Full stop. The government agreed to release the political prisoners. The political prisoners. Full stop. Next line. No point. In December 1931, Gandhiji went to London for the conference but it was not successful. But it was not successful. Anushka, video is not on. It was not successful, full stop. Now the next point. This is, I suppose, the 10th point. Back in India, comma, he discovered that government had begun begun repression full stop. Ghaffar Khan and Jawaharlal Nehru Ghaffar Khan, comma, Bose and Jawaharlal Nehru were all in jail. were all in jail, comma, Congress had been declared illegal. Congress had been declared illegal. Akash, what is the matter? Why your video is not on? Illegal, full stop. Next point, with great apprehension. Okay, Shreyas Tripathi wants, which point you want? Back in India? Shreyas,
Yes,
back in
ma'am. Yes,
India?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, pay attention. Back in India, comma, he discovered that government had begun repression, full stop. Ghaffar Khan, Bose and Nehru were all in jail. Comma, the Congress had been declared illegal. The Congress had been declared illegal. Bhavya Harirmani, in spite of telling you your video is not on, Ekagra and Mehul Chaudhary, you're also very fond of disappearing again and again, so you all disappear completely. Okay. With great apprehension, next point, with great apprehension. Comma, he relaunched the civil disobedience movement. The civil disobedience movement. Full stop. The movement continued. Mehul Chaudhary, again your video is off. The movement continued, comma, but by 1934, it lost its momentum. It lost its momentum. Full stop. Next heading, how participants saw the movement. How participants saw the movement. Put a question mark. Write again one question. Why different social groups joined the movement? What were their ideals? What were their ideals? IDEALS, ideals. Again question mark. What did Swaraj mean to them? What did Swaraj mean to them? First subheading, rich peasants. Rich peasants. Put a dash, the Patidars of Gujarat. The Patidars of Gujarat and the Jats of UP. Jats of UP were hard hit were hard hit by trade depression that is 1930s trade depression, worldwide depression, were hard hit by trade depression and falling prices and falling prices full stop. They found it impossible. No points are there, so you can write from a new line. They found it impossible to pay the government's revenue. To pay the government's revenue. Full stop. And the refusal of the government to reduce the revenue led to widespread resentment Mehul, your video is not on. Resentment. Full stop. These rich peasants Anush, these rich peasants supported civil disobedience movement. Movement and even forced reluctant members to participate in the boycott program. Programs. Full stop. For next line, for them, the fight was against high revenues. Full stop. But were deeply disappointed when the movement restarted in 1932. No, just a minute, children. But were deeply disappointed when the movement was called off. In 1931. In 1931, full stop. So, when the movement restarted in 1932, they refused to participate. full stop. Next heading, poorer peasantry. Poorer, 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 peasantry, TRY, peasant and then TRY. Written everybody, thumbs up. Okay. Okay. Poorer peasantry. Put a dash. Poorer peasantry were just not interested. Poorer peasantry were just not interested as as most were as most were small farmers and tenants. Small farmers and tenants who found it difficult who found it difficult to pay their rent, to pay their rent. Full stop. Same point. They wanted rent. They wanted rent to the landlord to be remitted. 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 Full stop. Next line. Congress TO2 double TOO. Congress too was apprehensive of raising this issue as it might upset rich peasants and landlords and so was unwilling to support no rent campaign, to support single quotation marks no rent campaign, full stop. So the relationship between the poorer peasants and Congress remained uncertain. Full stop. Next heading, right over there, business class. Business class. Yeah. full stop. Now here we are going to end, children. Okay. I'm